Hello everyone, I'm Bruffy1322. It is DLC day. Welcome. Let's go through it all. So this is basically going to be a summary video and live stream that is going to go through everything that we've learned in the 4 hours of doing the Twitch stream earlier this morning. So yeah, for anybody who missed any part of that stream or you're watching this later on, this is kind of it's gonna this video I plan to, or this live stream I'm gonna plan to have in 4 separate parts. So there's gonna be all about the new cars. First of all, that's obviously the main feature. There's going to be a section about the new open wheel races and open wheel race features. Then we're going to go on to talking about the new features for the creator. And finally, we'll finish up with sort of miscellaneous stuff with new missions, quality of life improvements, because there are a lot of quality of life improvements in this one. It's a very interesting DLC. We'll talk about it all through the stream, but we'll start with the cars first of all. Now, there's a lot to unpack in this DLC, so that's why this video, people sometimes ask, why do you have to have a summary video that's like, a live stream and an hour long or something? But there's so much to unpack in these DLC days that you're going to have to watch this whole stream to be able to, know all of the changes, because there's just so much. So, yeah, it's starting off, there's no drip feed for this video, for this DLC. No drip feed whatsoever. So all of the cars are available immediately. All of the missions are available immediately. All of the new features in the creator. It's all available straight away. It's all here. There's nothing in the game files, at least it seems like it is straight away as of right now. There's nothing in the game files that is going to be coming in future weeks. Okay, so nothing. It's all available right now. So testing for all of these cars is going to come. It's obviously because there's 15 new vehicles, the testing is going to take a bit more time than usual because I have to prioritize certain vehicles. If you want to see the lap time of a certain vehicle, I might have to, I might be doing other vehicles beforehand. So yeah, the testing is going to come. If you're low on money or anything like that, wait for my testing, because at the moment it looks like there's only one car that has any chance of being at the top of its class out of those 15, and it's the compact car. So the new supercar, the new sports cars, even the new open wheelers, it looks like none of those are going to be topping their classes in terms of lap time and top speed. So keep that in mind. Don't buy any of these for performance straight out of the gate. The chances are I'm going to be able to test. There's only one new supercar from this DLC. That's it right there, the Lampadati T-Gun. I'm going to try and test that today. So you might see lap time and top speed testing videos for the T-Gun today. I'm going to try to. We'll see. And then if I can do that, I'll work out a plan for all of the other cars in the, over the course of the next week. I'll obviously just be testing all week, and I'll try my best to, inform you guys on how that's going. And basically just keep an eye on the channel, because there's probably going to be a new testing video for new classes and new cars every single day. So, yeah, first of all, we've got 2 new open wheelers. Like I said, all of this is just available right now. 3.4 million and 2.997 million, basically 3 million. The Benefactor BR8, which is a 2009 to 2013 spec Formula 1 car. Sort of not a super modern one, but pretty modern. We're talking about the 2010s. Taking names. Thank you guys so much. I'll catch up with any super chats and things that go on after this. But yeah, we got, obviously this is like an early 2010s Formula 1 car. And then we've got the DR1, which, as we saw in the promotional material, that's basically an Indy car. So a very modern style Indy car. So 2 new open wheelers, but early indications seem to be that the PR4 is still going to be the quickest open wheeler. But again, I'm going to be testing them. And with the new updates to the creator and things, I can actually test all of the open wheelers around the proper track properly. So you basically just get one video that's open wheel, fastest open wheel is 2020, and it will have all 4 open wheels in for lap time and top speed. So keep an eye out for that, obviously, as always. This is the only supercar that we've got, the Lampadati T-Gun, 2.3 million. Again, doesn't look like it's going to be anything on top on what the Krieger and the Emirates can do. But this is the one that I might be able to get tested today, and you might see a lap time and top speed testing video for it. The Coquette D10 also seems to be pretty slow in comparison to the Italy GTO and the Pariah. 1.5 million. It is a sports car, so it's in the sports class. So it will be going up against the Italy GTO and the Pariah at the top. So those are the 4 vehicles that are on Legendary Motorsport. 2 open wheel class, 1 super, 1 sports. We'll move on to Southern San Andreas Super Autos, where there are 5 vehicles. The Landstar. I can't even talk about this one. The Penumbra FF, $1.3 million this is. Sports car, so it's in the sports class, just like the regular Penumbra. Is this a faster Penumbra? Who knows? I'll have to test it. It doesn't look like, again, it's going to be on the top pace for sports, but is it going to be faster than the regular Penumbra? Have they actually added the faster Penumbra that I always talk about when we're talking about when we're doing Project Homecoming random all races? Penumbra FF. So we'll see what that's like around the track. Obviously, it's a new style of Penumbra. I will showcase these videos in the garages as well and show you some modifications. We're going to do that too. I'm just giving you a general roundup of all the cars first. The Club, 1.2 million for an old Golf. Bet you never thought you'd be paying that. And Rockstar seem to have done what they always do by making a really expensive car the new quickest in the class. Remember when they did this with the Pariah? It demolished the Elegy, and it was at that point the most expensive sports car. This looks like it's going to be the new quickest compact car in the game, so it'll be quicker than the Brioso in the compact class. Seems like it's going to be really quick. Obviously, again, testing for that will come, and that will probably come as part of the compact 2020 testing video as well, because I need to do one video that encapsulates everything. So yeah, 1.3 million for the quickest compact class car, basically. Then we'll come on to the Landstalker. The Beta Dukes, 378,000 for basically a Dukes that is beaten up. It's got a fatter rear tire, I think, and you can actually modify it, which will show. This is in the muscle class, by the way. It's all beaten up on the front and dents in it and all that kind of stuff. Where I can't remember how much the regular Dukes is, but it's certainly not. Could they not make so much noise outside? I'm very sorry. I'm pretty sure the regular Duke doesn't cost this much for a regular version, but there are more modifications to this car than the regular Dukes. I don't know quite, again, the pace. It seems relatively quick, but it could just be on the same pace as the regular Dukes, but you can fix the dents in it. So I don't quite get the point of it. You can fix the dents, you can make it look like just a regular Dukes with just some more modifications. They should have really just made the Dukes a Benny's vehicle and made it the Dukes custom. So I don't know. Well, who knows? But yeah, beaten up Dukes. We've got the Seminole Frontier, which is basically a more rugged version of the Seminole, which is already a car in the game. Not an awful lot to say about it. Some pretty cool modifications on it, as we'll see. But the Seminole Frontier, it's 700k. It's none of the SUVs are going to be beating the Toros in the SUVs class for speed, so it is what it is. And then the Landstalker XL, $1.2 million for a bigger Landstalker. It's insane. I've forgotten how much the Toros is. How much is the Toros? It's on here, right? Or is it on Legendary? Isn't it only like 300k or something? 400k? 400k? It's on Legendary. Okay, 400, it's 498, isn't it? 500, so half a million. So you could get 2.5 Tauroses for the price of this. And yeah, it's not going to be, it's not, you know, it's not on the pace of the Tauros, but again, testing will come properly. But $1.2 million for a bigger Landstalker is kind of insane. That's probably the most ridiculous price, I would say. So yeah, on Southern San Andreas Super Autos, we've got 1 sports car, which makes 2 sports cars total for the DLC. We've got 2 SUVs, 1 muscle car, and 1 compact car. The Club is in the compact class. Easily the most expensive compact car I've ever seen. So now we move on to, well, before we move on to the final place where there's new stuff, I'll just confirm there's nothing new on Arena War, there's no new arena vehicles, there's no new planes, there's nothing new on Warstock, there's no new weaponized things, there's nothing new on the boats or anything like that. And just for completion's sake, there's no new cycles, of course there isn't. But there is something new on something that we haven't seen for a while, and it's Benny's. 6 new vehicles on Benny's, more than Legendary Motorsport or Southern San Andreas got. 6 new vehicles that can be upgraded at Benny's. So, as a reminder, no new cycles, boo. As a reminder, you're going to pay this price for the vehicles to buy them. And all of these, I'm pretty sure you can buy on Southern San Andreas Super Autos anyway. You know, the Gauntlet Classic, the Yosemite. The Manana was the only vehicle that you couldn't previously buy. That was only available in traffic. You had to find it in traffic and store it in your garage. So you can now buy the Manana for 10,000. But there is a cost to upgrade these cars. For example, the Yosemite, the cost to upgrade it to the Benny's version is like $700,000. So keep that in mind, that you know you need to do that as well. So 6 new vehicles that can be upgraded at Benny's. We'll check those out because some of them are really interesting actually, especially the Yosemite upgrade. I tell you what. Let me quickly show you the Yosemite.
Oh, what a scumbag!
That's what it turns into. You go from that to that. Quite an interesting one. It doesn't just turn into a Yosemite custom. It turns into a Yosemite Rancher. So the Yosemite turns into the Yosemite Rancher, which turns into an off-road vehicle. So it's obviously the Yosemite's in the muscle class. It turns into a vehicle that goes into the off-roads class. The Gauntlet Classic turns into a Gauntlet Classic Custom. The Yuga Classic turns into a Yuga Classic Custom. They stay in the same classes, muscle and vans. The Glendale turns into a Glendale Custom. That stays in sedans. The Peyote and the Manana are both in the Sports Classics class by default. When you upgrade them to the Manana Custom and the Peyote Custom, the Peyote Custom stays in the Sports Classics class. The Manana Custom goes into the Muscle class. because of course. Why would it not? So, yeah. Let's first of all check out these beauties. These are the 2 new open wheelers. Let's start with the more Formula 1 style car.
He gets such a huge boost from...
The BR8, the Benefactor BR8. Benefactor is obviously the Mercedes of the GTA world. Interesting that they chose it to be... Don't worry, for those asking for me to show the customized versions of the Benny's cars, we're going to see them all. We're going to go through all the cars in game like this. Don't worry. We're going to show them all. Interesting that they chose a Mercedes car in the period where Mercedes weren't dominant in Formula 1, but you can probably relate it most to, you know, a Brawn, because the Brawn was dominant back then. This is kind of like the 2009 era of car. Front wings, there's a few different front wing options. it's the same sort of story. There isn't an awful lot of customization with the BR8 that in comparison to the other open wheelers. We've got obviously different spoilers. I do need to do some testing to check whether open wheel cars are actually affected by different spoiler modifications in the races now. Obviously that was something that doesn't happen. You can put high downforce wings on and it makes no difference in the race. I'll retest that obviously and see if they've made that change, or whether it continues to just be
Think long and hard.
just for aesthetics. Here are the different liveries that you can get. Basically that's all you got. That's all you got for body modifications for the BR8. Then you got the different livery options. Stands here, Pisswasser, Atomic, kind of looks like McLaren. If you put it orange, Mine Marked, you got the Quick Fix, that could be a Mercedes if you put a silver on it. Fix Up, E-Cola, Sprunk, Redwood, and then a sort of testing livery. So it's kind of some really nice liveries. I'm really disappointed that there's still no Ron liveries for any of these open wheelers, but yeah, that's pretty much all you get for the BR8.
No rush at all.
You can make, you know, proper Formula One liveries on this car with a lot of these liveries. Really, you can you know, link things together and color it correctly, like a McLaren for this, for example. So let's go and check out the DR1. Again, the DR1 and the BR8, both of them don't look like they're going to be quicker than the PR4, which is there obviously. But I will be coming out with an Open Wheel Cars 2020 testing video, which will go through everything. So this is the DR1. This is the Indy car.
Anything I can do?
A lot more bodywork options on this one. You have different vents, very similar to the R88 and the PR4. Both of those had, all three of the other open wheelers had a lot more bodywork options in comparison to the actual, you know, modern day F1 car. Well, not modern day, but you know, from the 2010s. There is the noses. Thank you again for the donations and things. I will catch up with those as soon as I can, when there's a little bit of a break. I'll do the liveries last. You can have different mirror variations, different nose fins,
Making decisions is stressful.
nose panels. You can have different roof fins. And then these are the different spoilers. Again, I will be testing to see if these spoilers and things actually have an effect in races now.
How many cars you got in this garage?
Obviously, it was the F1 car testing video that I did that proved that you can change the wings and they can have a difference in free roam, but not in races. So here's the liveries. That's the one we saw on the promotional material. There's some really cool IndyCar like liveries on this one as well, especially this one. This one's the one I recognized most.
Whatever you desire.
But yeah, some you know, again with these open wheelers, some nice modifications, but it doesn't seem like you need to go out. If you already say you won the PR4 on the casino wheel when it came out, you're pretty much set with the PR4. You don't need to get these, it seems, based on early indications, but like I said, testing will come. So those are the two new open wheelers next to the two old open wheelers. And then we've got the only supercar from this DLC, the T-Gon. Didn't feel that quick when I first drove it.
What she need then?
But yeah, this is the T-Gon. This is the only car in the supercars class from this DLC. It's meant to be a De Tomaso piece, something or other. I don't actually know, but I'll quickly go through a few of the customization options. I don't want to be, you know, spending hours just customizing cars. It's essentially just to give you guys an early look at some of the stuff, perhaps mainly just liveries, and to give you an idea of the amount of things that each of these cars have. Obviously, when it comes to performance, that will come from the testing videos. It's not something that I can do just immediately. Different spoiler options. It's pretty much standard supercar stuff. You know, nothing out of the ordinary that you would expect from a supercar. And that's the only supercar from the DLC. So let's go to the arena garage where I have all the other vehicles. Petrohead with the £10 super chat. Thank you so much. Long time, Bruffy. It's been a while. Blame real life and that. But anyway, here's a little money for these tough times. Thank you so much for the donation, man. The super chat. I appreciate that. Red Fox Boss with the $4.99 super chat. Yeah. Of course I don't have an Oppressor Mark II. Why would I want an Oppressor Mark II? Oh, it does not want to turn. That's the first time I've tried to turn in this car. Yeah, this isn't beating the Krieger or the Emirates in the supercars class. One corner in that told me that. So again, we're focusing on new cars first, and then there's a lot of other stuff that will be coming later on. One thing to point out immediately is that you can actually buy 2 new garages. Just like regular apartments or garage space, there are basically 2 new slots for that. So for those who were asking for that from Rockstar, they've given you that ability. You can buy 2 new garages, new apartments, whatever it is. So you can get an extra 20 cars if you're maxed out. Oh, I didn't want to do that. So that's the only supercar for this DLC. Let's go there. Red Fox Boss, thank you for the $4.99 super chat. I'm getting that C8 Corvette. I mean, it looks pretty nice. I don't think it's going to be that quick, but it looks pretty nice. Since you've mentioned that, let's start with that, shall we? Here we go. One of the 2 sports cars. The Coquette D10. Halo LP with the tier 2 membership I saw. Thank you very much for that. Thank you for becoming a new member and a tier 2 as well. I'm just gonna quickly swap this to the top YouTube super chatter. Let's do that. Chris F2612 with the $4.99 super chat as well. Rockstar should release a penny farthing and unicycles, new bicycles, spice things up. I wouldn't mind seeing that. Thank you, man, for the super chat. Alistair McGowan with the 144. The new open wheel races are available on Xbox One, but they're very broken to the point where you can't even complete a lap on 90% of the tracks. It's funny and interesting. I didn't have a problem with the one that I tried. We'll give it a look. The new open wheel races, they've got some really interesting stuff in them in terms of display and all that kind of stuff. You'll see. So yeah, I'll give you a quick look at the different options for these cars, liveries. And Seamus, thank you for the 15 months over on Twitch. Thank you for everybody who came out to the Twitch stream this morning. We had crazy views, definitely view record when it came to Twitch streams. Thank you for all the Twitch Prime subscriptions and stuff like that. So yeah, roof scoops. There's a good amount of customization for this. But again, as a reminder, don't buy anything thinking it's going to be quick, because it only looks like the compact car, the club, is going to be competitive in the class. Wait until I've done the testing. As always, there's always people after every DLC, they always say, damn, I wish I'd waited for your lap time and top speed testing before buying this car. So these are the two sports cars, the Coquette D10 and the Penumbra FF. You can remove plates, you can have different bumpers. Just quickly going through everything to show you. Is this going to be quicker than the regular Penumbra? We shall see. Will this be the de facto quicker Penumbra and not just the quicker Penumbra from Project Homecoming? Maybe it'll be slower, who knows? Liveries. Interesting liveries on this. Almost had you. Does anyone recognize that livery? Penumbra FF? Fast and Furious, maybe? There's something there. So you got some interesting liveries on that one. Roof, different roof options. Splitters. It's a very expensive DLC, this one, I will say that, in terms of if you're wanting all of the cars themselves are expensive. But keep in mind that there is no drip feed, so in reality it's not that expensive over the course of, you know, when you take into account all the drip feed stuff. It's just now you can actually pick and choose the cars that you want rather than, you know, just buying a new car every week because you are waiting for what you want. It's just all available for you. It's the first time I think we've had a DLC without drip feed content since Ill-Gotten Gains back in, like, was that 2015? Ill-Gotten Gains. It's wonderful. It really is nice to not have any vehicles held back in drip feed. It's just all available. You can make your decisions. You can buy out the cars that you want, save up for cars that you think you want, wait a little bit. Wait a little bit for, you know, testing videos to come out before you buy, things like that. It's just all there. For those who are asking about everything, how much cars are, you know, all this kind of stuff, I have already been over that. You just scroll back in the video and you can see how much everything is. I went through all of that on the websites. Yeah, this is the club. This is the new, the compact car that is now, you know, the most expensive and looks like it's going to be the quickest compact in the class, which is kind of ridiculous for $1.3 million. You can have, again, a lot of customization options on this one. I think I said this during the Twitch stream. It seems like, for those also trying to tell me about things like new rims and things like that, I know I'm going to get to it. There's a lot of stuff still to cover in this. It's a big DLC. There's a lot that's been released and it's all released at the same time, so don't worry, I'll get to it. We discovered it all already in the 4-hour Twitch stream, so I won't miss anything. Yeah, it seems like Rockstar tend to price cars based on the amount of customization that they have, except in cases when they're going to be the new quickest car in the class and they just price it ridiculously. So new, you know, different things. Again, a lot of options, a lot of customization for this one. Whether it's worth the price is up to you, of course. There's a few retro liveries on some of the vehicles today. Let's see, roof. Got louvres and oh yeah, that was it. The mobile rave station you can have on the top of this. Unreal. And competition tires on the top as well.
He gets such a huge boost from.
Spoilers. Lots of spoiler options on this one. You can basically make this car look very wild, or it's very similar to the Asbo, except it seems to drive a lot nicer than the Asbo, and it'll be a lot quicker as well. I think, yeah, you do get some camber as well on this. I think the Penumbra is the same. Very similar. I'll have to test obviously whether that camber makes a difference, like with an Aspo for example, where it was quicker to have maximum camber, or if it doesn't make that much of a difference like some other cars. I'll test that and obviously talk about it in the testing videos. So that's the only compact car, but it looks like it's going to be a quick one. So 2 sports cars, 1 compact. Here are the 2 SUVs.
Will you do it?
This is what you pay $1.2 million for. The Landstalker XL. Bigger Landstalker for $1.2 million. This definitely isn't priced based on performance. I mean, it's very, you know, it's very standard stuff. I'm not gonna linger on these too much. It's what you would expect from, you know, SUV styling. I will come out with, you know, an update to the SUVs video with these in, so you can see how quick they are. There's a few liveries on it, but yeah, it's nothing. There's nothing, you know, major special when it comes to these vehicles. It's some good modifications, but kind of what we've come to expect from cars these days. But again, I'd much rather have all of these be released now, like they are, than, you know, than wait 5 weeks down the line to get a Landstalker XL, and that's the only car that gets released. And it's, you know, you just ignore that week. Like, we've got everything available now. It's beautiful. This is what DLCs used to be like back in the day. Everything was just released, and you could. It was glorious, and it's been really nice to see Rockstar do that again. Fenders. This is the Seminole Frontier. Bumpers. There's a lot of modifications on this one that you can do, more so than the Landstalker. No drip feed indeed. We got all these different modifications. Oh, okay, I see. Deflectors. Oh yeah, that's it. So you got different hood modifications. This vehicle doesn't have a spoiler, as you can see. Nothing in the spoilers category. But hoods option, then deflectors. That's where your traction bonus comes from. So the deflectors add traction like a spoiler on any other car. I knew there'd be something weird on this one. I tried to find it during the Twitch stream because I knew there'd be something weird when I saw there was no spoiler option, and it's the deflector that is your spoiler on this car. Let's see. Let's look at the liveries for this one. And then, yeah, you know, just mud guards again. Some just your standard stuff for these kind of vehicles. Roof accessories, light bars, all that kind of stuff. Looks like a pretty fun vehicle for customization and maybe driving. It's not going to be top of the SUVs class or anything, but you know. So those are the 2 new SUVs. Then we've got. Okay, so we've got 3 new muscle cars. Actually, we've got 4 new muscle cars, but the Manana Custom is in a different garage. I'll show that. So, oh no, those are 2. Okay, yeah, we got 3 new muscle cars. Those are muscle cars, and then this is the Yosemite Rancher, which isn't a muscle car anymore. Now I remember. So as you can see in the bottom right, the Yosemite Rancher, it's in the off-roads class. So this is what you get when you upgrade the Yosemite in Benny's. So we're onto the Benny's cars now. This is a Yosemite that's been turned into an off-road Yosemite basically. So you've got, I've got to say, of all of the vehicles in this DLC, this one is probably the most impressive from a customization perspective. There's so much. A lot of the other lowrider stuff that we'll see is just standard lowrider upgrades and modifications that we've seen on other lowriders, but this car has a lot of things that you can do to it in Benny's. I mean, it's going to set you back, of course, but credit where credit is due. They've really done a lot with this one. So again, this is the Yosemite Rancher in the off-road class. It's basically an off-road Yosemite. So we got a chassis section. You got skid plates. You got light bars, secondary light surrounds. You've got obviously the hood catchers, different things, deflectors, things you can put on the hood. Roll cage actually affects the back. This is the roll cage for the back. You got padded stuff. You can have tire mounts and recovery kits. You know, you can really modify this car however you want it, really. I would be surprised if we see two of these cars that are modified in the same way from just, you know, from two different people, because there's so many different options. All sorts of grills, hood options. Interior stuff is basically just standard Benny's things. You know, these are available in pretty much every Benny's vehicle that you can have. Different steering wheels and all this kind of stuff. You know, it's standard Benny's stuff, so I'm not going to go too much into detail about that. The roll cage, this roll cage is for the interior. Liveries. Here are your liveries while I read some of these. Bifter with the £2 super chat, thank you very much. That's the second best BF car in the game, the club. Not quite as good as the Bifter, huh? Wolfiekins with the £5 super chat as well. Hey bruv, love your streams. If you Google Joe Dirt Daytona, that's likely the reason for the new Beta Dukes. Okay, thank you for the reference. Thank you for the super chat as well. And Curious George with the $2. Why do we diss and hate new slow cars that are not top pace when we mostly don't use top cars in classes for racing anyway? That's true. I mean, I'm not dissing it. I'm just telling people that, you know, they're not on the top pace, so you don't need to buy these cars for, you know, don't feel like you have to buy these cars to be quick and to be in the quickest in each class. It's more, I tell people, thank you for the donation by the way, I tell people so that they don't waste their money buying something that they maybe don't absolutely want, just thinking that it might be the new quickest. I'm sure a lot of these cars are going to be very interesting in the, you know, the new tier system. We've got alright, there we go. Trunk bed. We're not done yet. You can have different colour trunk bed, and I think it's the trunk door. Oh no, there's different trunk door options. Where's the spoiler on this one? I never actually thought about this. Is there a spoiler? Roof? It's not the roof. Hood? It won't be the hood. Grill? It's normally something weird. Fenders, chassis maybe, something in here. Nope. Maybe there actually isn't a spoiler option for increased traction. Bull bars, nope. No, I don't think there's a spoiler on this one. Wouldn't make a difference whether it'd be quickest in the off-road class or not. It was on the hood. I'm pretty sure it wasn't. I didn't see the little blue increase on traction. Did I really go past it on the hood? Okay, let me check. I need to check. Hood. That's not adding traction. I thought I didn't see it. Chassis, the hood accessories, they don't add traction. No. There's no spoiler option on that, I think. Alright, let's move on to the two muscle cars. The Beta Dukes isn't a Benny's vehicle, but I don't get the Beta Dukes. I don't know why it isn't a Benny's vehicle. I feel like it should just be a Benny's upgrade for the Dukes, and it should just be Dukes custom. So the Beta Dukes, you can have a damaged front splitter, or you can have everything pristine. It's basically a Dukes with extra modifications. Fenders, you can repair the fenders, so even though it's called the Beta Dukes, which means it's beaten up, you can fix it and make it not a Beta. So it's kind of a strange way they've implemented this. As you can see, you can fix the hood, so you can fix everything and make it look fine. And then it's just like a Duke's, but it is a Duke's with, you know, other things on it, liveries, other body modifications that the old Duke's doesn't get, and we'll see how it does for speed in comparison to the old Duke's as well. Obviously, when I come to test it. Brock Ackerman with the $2.99 Australian dollars. Thank you very much. You're looking very sexy, bruv, you absolute chat. Well, I appreciate that. I don't necessarily feel like it, but thank you very much. The painted roofs, these are possible on the regular Dukes as well. Spoiler, a few different extra spoiler options. I think you can only get the normal spoiler for the regular Dukes. Wheelie bars. Wheelie bar with chute, regular wheelie bar, and a repaired front bumper. So that's one of the muscle cars. Here's the other muscle car. This is the Gauntlet Classic Custom. Again, all of the Benny's upgrades are approximately, you know, for any car that you're upgrading at Benny's, you're looking at maybe $500,000 to $700,000. That's how much you're going to pay on top of the price of the car in the first place. So you're going to have to buy the Gauntlet Classic for $600K, and then it was about $500, $600K to upgrade it at Benny's into the Gauntlet Classic Custom. And I remember also that whenever you upgrade anything at Benny's, it essentially makes it into a brand new vehicle. You know, it's not still a Gauntlet Classic. It's a completely separate new vehicle. It becomes the Gauntlet Classic Custom, which is completely different. It's got its own handling and all that kind of stuff. So Gauntlet Classic Custom, again, there's a lot of upgrades on this one. I think I remember being not so fussed about the upgrades on this. They were kind of pretty standard upgrades, I thought. You got aerials. You can have aerials on one side if you want. Rear cover, roll cages, you know, classic standard stuff. Sun strips. Fenders. That's the Gauntlet Classic fender, that one. It's kind of weird that they made this from like a Gauntlet Classic, but hey ho. So you can change the colors on the headlights as well. Thank you guys for being here, by the way. Hopefully you're enjoying. I'm trying to go through quickly the cars, so I'm not languishing too much on them, and I can get through everything. So hopefully I'm going through quickly enough that this becomes, you know, watchable after the stream is done as well. It's just that there's so much to cover in this DLC that it's impossible to just cover it in, you know, a single quick video. I could cover it in about 15, 10 minute or 5 minute videos, but that's not my thing. Interiors, all the same sort of stuff. Here is Benny's. Liveries, here you go. There's your liveries. Oh yeah, 8-minute videos now, not 10-minute videos. You have a vinyl roof on it if you want. You don't have to buy any of the Benny's upgrade cars from Benny's, by the way. You can buy the Gauntlet Classic on Southern San Andreas Super Autos, or if you already own a Gauntlet Classic, you can take it into Benny's and upgrade it there. So whether you want to do that or not, I don't know. Again, we'll have to wait until I've tested it to see if it's going to be any quicker or anything.
He gets such a huge boost from...
Spoilers. Obviously some standard spoilers and the big old spoilers. I think these are standard Gauntlet Classic spoilers, actually, from what I can remember. And that's everything for... Oh yeah, there was a wheelie bar. Oh, window plates. I never checked that out. Shoot. Wheelie bar, and shoot. Okay, I never actually saw these. Window braces and louvers. I hate that there's no drip feed. That surprises me. I'm really shocked that people are not happy about there not being a drip feed. Like, surely that's the best, because then everything is just available and you can buy it whenever you want. Are you going to test all the new cars around a track? No, I didn't think I'd bother this time. I've tested about 500 now and all of the cars in the game, but I figure I'd stop at these ones. So this is the Yuga Classic 4x4. This is the Yuga Classic. You take it into Benny's, it becomes a Yuga Classic 4x4. It stays in the Vans class, and you've got your standard sort of off-roady bumper modifications for it. It's significantly quicker, I think, than the regular Yuga Classic, which is one of the slowest vans that is, you know, standardly upgradable and raceable. But it's not on the pace of the Gang Burrito. You have a ladder if you want. DLC should be in big chunks. Drip feed is just so they can drag you along like a chump. That's true. Oh, what a scumbag! To be honest, I don't mind drip feeding of content like missions and, you know, things like that. But when it comes to cars, it's so much better when they just release everything. Because then you can make an informed decision about what you want. Yeah, that's all the same stuff. Liveries. Brock with the $7.99 Australian dollar super chat. Blah, blah, blah. That's all I'm hearing. Bruff, just tell me which car will get me to the vanilla unicorn the fastest. Oh, man. Thank you for the donation, man. True Story with the 200 Rubos. Oh yeah, Love Fist. The Love Fist livery, look at that. It's so good. Thank you, True Story, for the 200 Rubos. Greetings from Russia, Bruffy. Thanks for taking us through the DLC. Good times. Thank you very much. Bifter also became a member on YouTube as well. Thank you very much for becoming a member. Thank you guys for all being here as well. If you want to get, if you want the testing information as early as possible, becoming a member or supporting on Patreon is the way to do that. I do give my lap times and top speeds. As soon as I've gotten a lap time and top speed, I post them to YouTube members and Patreon supporters, and then I get on with making the video. It doesn't impact on how long it will take to make the video, so anyone who isn't a member, you're going to see the video at the same time as you always otherwise would. But yeah, if you absolutely can't wait and you want to get it an hour or two early, then that's one of the perks as a way for me to say thank you for people who want to support me the extra mile on Patreon or with memberships. So sidestep, splitters, again a lot of modification options for the Yuga Classic 4x4. Spoilers in fact as well. You can make it look quite interesting. It's an interesting van. The trunk. You can get a full-on stereo system in the trunk as well of the Yuga Classic. The Yuga Classic 4x4, not the regular Yuga Classic.
He gets such a huge boost from...
And just some visors as well. Alright, we're almost finished with showcasing all the cars. Other YouTubers may make a separate video for every car, but me, I just give you it all in one go. Maybe that's me being stupid. I should just upgrade every car. Thing is, I don't go into great detail, to be honest. My focus is always on the testing anyway. So I don't want to spend too much time making videos about you know, car upgrades and things like that. It's all about the testing, the lap time and top speed testing, and getting that out as quickly as possible. So this is the Glendale Custom. You can change the gas tank. This is all very standard lowrider stuff. The next three vehicles is all standard lowrider stuff. A lot of the modifications for the Glendale Custom are standard Glendale modifications as well. You can have the hydraulics like you can for other lowriders. I'm not going to go into too great detail. Again, all of the interior stuff is all just standard Benny's stuff that we've seen on other Benny's vehicles. Some new liveries that you can have for some of these pinstripe stuff. This reminds me very much of the Primo Custom. So it's basically another custom custom sedan like the Primo Custom. I'm not too fussed by lowriders, but it's nice that we have been given some more lowriders again. Different plates and things like that. This is all standard lowrider stuff. So then other racks, that's standard Glendale stuff, I think. Trunk, yeah, you can have some sound system stuff in the trunk as well. Again, standard stuff that you see with other lowriders. And then we've got the two other lowriders, so that's in the sedans class. The Manana is in the muscle class when you upgrade it to the Manana Custom, unbelievably. So this is the Manana Custom. Manana is in the Sports Classics class. The Manana Custom is in the muscle class. I'm not going to go through all of this. It's basically you take the Chino, you take the Vego, you take the Buccaneer, all those kind of stuff that we've had for years in Benny's, all those lowriders. You get the same stuff. It's all the same sort of upgrades, just on a different car. But it's nice that these cars have been given these upgrades. It's nice that we've got. I'll show the liveries. It's nice that we've got these lowrider upgrades for these lowriders that didn't get the love originally. Hydraulics, it's the same sort of stuff. It's all standard lowrider things. Fenders, that's standard Manana stuff. So there's not an awful lot to go through when it comes to this kind of stuff, because it's stuff that we've seen before. It's just all on a new car. And speaking of one of those new cars, the Peyote Custom is finally here. Ever since Benny's was introduced to the game, there's been a Peyote on one of the racks in Benny's workshop underneath a tarp. And even back then we were saying, why does Benny have a Peyote in his workshop, but the Peyote itself can't be upgraded at Benny's into a Peyote Custom? And finally it is here, and if the information that people were telling me on the Twitch stream is correct, the tarp has actually been taken off the Peyote in Benny's on that model, which is a really nice touch of it. That's a really nice touch that the Peyote had. I don't think the Peyote had a cover on it. I thought it did actually. Oh, maybe it didn't. Maybe it didn't. I might be wrong on that. So I apologize if I'm wrong with that. I thought it did have a cover on it, but maybe I'm wrong with that. Either way, there is a Peyote in Benny's as a model, and we finally have the Peyote Custom as available, which is it's nice to see. I'll go to the liveries. It always shocked me that the Peyote and the Manana weren't upgradable at Benny's, to be honest. Alright. Car with the top over it looked like the Cheetah. Maybe I'm just getting mixed up. So those are the 6 Benny's vehicles. Once again, to go over everything. One new van, that's the Yuga Classic 4x4. One new supercar, that's the Tegan. 2 new SUVs, the Landstalker XL and the Seminole Frontier. 1 new Sports Classic, that's the Peyote Custom. 2 new sports cars, that's the Coquette D10 and the Penumbra FF. 2 new open wheelers, the BR8 and the DR1. 1 new sedan, that's the Glendale Custom. 1 new off-roader, that's the Yosemite Rancher. 3 new muscle cars, the Beta Dukes, the Gauntlet Classic Custom and the Manana Custom. And 1 new compact car, which is the Club. And that is the only vehicle that you might need to buy to be on top pace, the Club, out of everything. Glenn Anto, thank you for the $5 super chat. Hi from Miami. Hello to you in Miami. Thank you so much. Right, so those are the cars. Like I said, 15 new cars. All is available right now. There are new wheels. I should check those out, but I think you have to go to Los Santos Customs to do that. Looking at a picture now, there is a peyote in Benny's, but it's up on a lift above a car that is under a tarp. Okay. Solved that mystery. They're available everywhere. Oh, okay. What is it that's only available at Los Santos Customs then? Something is only available at Los Santos Customs. New wheels. As you can see, the street category. We've got tuner, SUV sports as normal. We also have street. And basically, these are stock wheels that are on other cars. You know, certain cars have come with stock wheels that are fairly unique. All of those seem to have been put in this category on most of them. You know, you got Endo V3 custom, Duke's custom, Cracker custom. You got different versions of tires we already have. Cosmo Mark II. There's a Cosmo Mark III as well, which I'll show. But yeah, Sugoi concave, like basically a vehicle. If a vehicle had a stock wheel that was unique to that vehicle, I'm pretty sure that all of them are now. There's the Cosmo Mark III. I'm pretty sure that all of them are now available in this street category to put on any car. So a lot of new rims in the street class, but there's also new rims in off-road as well at the bottom. Rugged Snowflake, Concave Rally Master, Drag SPL. It's kind of like combining some tuner and muscle rims with off-road rubber essentially. So yeah, feel free to go check that out in the wheels. I wonder if it's the tire design. Let's just put, see, I test with Raiders. Okay, so that might be what's only available in Los Santos Customs. I need to check that. Let's go to Los Santos Customs. So yeah, lots of new rims for you to check out. And yeah, I've got. I think it's probably. It seems like it's a. Where's the closest Los Santos Customs? I don't know the map. All right, that makes sense. It seems like it's a bit of a split, I think, between people who've been playing this game for a long time and people who've come into it and only known drip feed content. Because it seems like everybody who is, who experienced the game with the old style DLCs, where we got a DLC update, everything was available just like it is now, are all happy that there's no drip feed. And then there's people who have only come into the game late on that aren't happy that there isn't a drip feed, which is kind of weird. It's weird to me that people would be unhappy that stuff isn't getting held back. I am overjoyed with this. This is one of the best updates I've seen in a long time. Not only because of the fact that it's all available on day one and there's no drip feed and we don't have to wait for weeks and months to get things, but also that there's so many quality of life updates in this update, which we'll see, we'll talk about. So what am I doing? Tires, tire design. Where is it people were saying that you can have different... Is it only on certain types of wheel?
That is fresh to death.
Oh, it's only on the new wheels. Okay. Thank you for that. Oh, they're so expensive, these new wheels as well. Alright, so
beautiful.
let's try those.
Style.
Then we go, so we put one of the new street rims on. Go to tires, tire design. There we go. You can have the open wheel race tires as designs on the street rims. That's pretty cool, and that is what's only available at Los Santos Customs, I think. This is what's only available at Los Santos Customs. I don't think you can do this in the arena or something like that. That works in the arena workshop as well. Oh well, then ignore everything that I just said. So yeah, different things you can have on the street tires. That's pretty cool. Right, I think that about covers everything to do with cars. Again, 2 new garages you can have. That's part of the sort of quality of life thing. This was also something that I was going to mention on quality of life as well. God, this car really isn't quick. So, does anybody remember you had to start a motorcycle club to return your vehicle back to storage? Now, go to Vehicles, return personal vehicle to storage. Done. You don't need to be in a motorcycle club anymore to do that. It's just in the Vehicles section of the inventory menu, the interaction menu. Beautiful. Again, that is a quality of life update that we're going to see throughout the course of this DLC that makes it one of the best. There's stuff like that littered all the way through this DLC. So yeah, 2 new garages and that. Those are some quality of life updates that we're going to see towards the end of the stream that I'll summarise there. Let's move on to open wheel races. Because open wheel races have been given a little bit of a makeover. That's not what I want. I want Rockstar created. Now, just putting it out there, Rockstar's created tracks are still awful. But the open wheel creator, because there's no drip feed, the open wheel creator is released. You know, it's available. It's ready. It's good to go. So people can already start creating open wheel races themselves day one. I'll talk about the open wheel creator and the creator in general after we've done this section about open wheels. But yeah, this is all generally the same. Slipstream you can turn on or off. Catch up is off by default, which is kind of nice. And you're going to see something a little bit different to what we saw from open wheel races before. I'll choose one of the new cars. And you're going to see it immediately as well. The checkpoint sounds are a definite not good. Look at that. They're definitely taking cues from Project Homecoming with that light system. I don't know why these gates are here. It's so stupid on what's meant to be an open wheel track. But you can also see in the bottom left, yeah, the checkpoint sound is really bad. It's awful. It almost renders the open wheel creator useless, but there's so many other things that render the open wheel creator useless that it doesn't make a difference. You can see it in the bottom left. There isn't a tire health indicator anymore. It's all in that icon. Okay, I'll do first person. This is what the new Formula 1 car looks like in first person. Yeah, it's all in that icon in the bottom left next to the map. So as the tires degrade, the wheels on that icon will become progressively more red. And if you get any damage... Wait, did I really get away with that? You're kidding. Okay, if you...
Oh, what a scumbag!
If you get any damage, that also shows up on that as well.
He gets such a huge boost from...
Why am I not damaging my... Let me trash my car! There we go. On the sides, I had a front-on accident and I ruined the sides of the car. Anyway, as you can see, the icon has turned red. So that lets you know that you've got damage, as if you didn't know already. And as you can see, the tyres are depleting there as well, getting progressively more red. And that's something also. Ghosting in open wheel races. If you start driving backwards, or you're stopped in an open wheel race, you become a ghost. This is something we've been asking for regular races since 2014. Since whenever they introduced non-contact, basically. So, ghosting fixes itself when you get the next checkpoint and start driving properly. Obviously I've got damage, so open wheel races, as we saw from the previous iteration, they have pit lanes, but the pit lanes have changed slightly as well, as we'll see. So we got the pit lane, big pit lane indicator as well. As always, it slows you down when you get into it. You remain stationary to regain vehicle and tyre health, just like it always was, but you'll see in the top left, it says press right to change tyre type. You can change on the fly whether you choose the soft tyre, the hard tyre and the medium tyre. What a really nice touch. So if you're doing a long form race, you can come into the pits, swap to the soft tyres, and away you go. The only problem with all of that is that, as we saw from the... unless they've changed it, and I will do some testing to check whether they have or not. As we saw from the F1 cars testing video that I did, the tyres really don't make that much of a difference on these cars because they've got so much grip under normal circumstances. You know, they've got so much grip that the difference in the tyres, it doesn't matter. It doesn't make a difference to lap time. Not an appreciable difference anyway. In addition, well, I mean, I suppose, you know, all of this carries over to Open Wheel Race Creator as well. So any races that people make in the Open Wheel Race Creator will have all of this functionality as well. I just wish we could do all this stuff with regular cars, frankly. Just to keep in mind, world records on day one of a DLC when there's new tracks available, everybody gets a world record when you do it. Because the servers don't update the world record lap times in real time. So basically, you get a world record every single lap that you do better. You're just fighting against yourself for a world record. It's not a legitimate... There's going to be people who've done a quicker lap time than what I've just done. But yeah, you get world records every lap because you're not really going up against anybody else's times in the first couple of hours of new tracks because it hasn't updated yet. So yeah, what else about open wheel races? Let's see. Yeah, I said about ghosting when you go backwards. If people start being idiots and drive backwards, they ghost. If they stop, they ghost. I wouldn't mind having that for regular races as well, but a lot of this seems to just be for open wheel races. And yeah, you can change the tyres in the pit lane. So that's pretty much it for open wheel races. And obviously the new lights at the front and stuff like that. It's a big improvement, to be fair, for open wheel races. That it's really, you know, they're doing the right things Again, I wish we could use this functionality with regular cars. If they just made any car class available in the open wheel race creator, that would be ideal. But unfortunately, that's not how it is. So yeah, really good improvements to open wheel races if that's your thing, because the problem is that the open wheel cars, they're not fun to race with, honestly. When it comes to proper racing, they've got too much grip, they're not quick enough in a straight line. The regular cars are more fun, more skill based to race with. So it's really hard to create a very interesting track for open wheel cars because they've got so much grip, and it just becomes a bore fest to drive them. So it's just a shame that all of these things are being implemented, all of these updates, which are fantastic for racing, but they're locked to a race mode that we're not really going to use that much. Anyway, let's check out the creator, and then we'll move on to miscellaneous stuff. Now, there's a lot of updates to the creator. Let's see. Martin Anderson with the 20 Norwegian kroner super chat. Drip feed is stupid, end of story. I agree. I wouldn't mind sort of a half, like, drip feed of a few missions or bigger features, or maybe like one DLC and then a drip feed coming a few weeks later that is, you know, kind of like a separate thing, but it comes with the DLC. But I used to enjoy it back in the day when Rockstar would release a DLC like every month or every month and a half, every 2 months, and it was just fresh new content, a couple of cars, and it's not something where we already know everything because it's already been put in the game and we're not going to get it for another 6 months just artificially through a drip feed. But obviously they don't want to push updates because updates cost money. Okay, I don't want to do this yet. I want to check out the open wheel creator first. Choi Dex TV became a member as well. Thank you so much. So load creation. No, not load creation. God damn it. Create a race. Open wheel race. It's a new type. Again, it's all just available. Everything is available day one. No drip feed on modes or anything. It's glorious. I love it. It's so much fun. So, open wheel races. Let's check out the difference with open wheel races is that if you put a prop, first of all, with a pit lane, where is it at? And Mark Anthony with the £5 super chat. Catch up disabled, good. Why should I be forced to go slow because of the people who are rubbish? Thank you so much for the £5 super chat, man. So let's pop that there, and then put the starting grid checkpoint. And let's open wheel races are 30 players, by the way. You can have 30 players. That's fine, which is nice to see. And then let's put that there, so you can put it onto the the starting grid layout. Now the problem previously is that the pit lane, if you put the starting grid checkpoint here, you weren't able to take a pit stop and still hit the checkpoint, because you can have secondary checkpoints for all of the checkpoints in the game, but not the starting grid checkpoint. So you basically couldn't put the starting grid here where it should be. But Rockstar have remedied that by adding this pit stop finish line checkpoint. And basically, as it says, it's basically a secondary checkpoint for the start grid. Secondary checkpoint, you can put it, say, here, and that means that anybody who makes a pit stop can make their pit stop and hit this checkpoint instead of the starting grid checkpoint. And that means that the pit lane itself is functional. And that was something that we noticed immediately when we got these props and got the pit lane in. And I wonder if Rockstar have been paying attention, to be honest, to what we've been saying about these creator updates, because a lot of the quality of life updates and improvements that they've made to this sort of stuff has basically echoing the problems that we had in the early days of, you know, the last time in the last DLC when they released open wheel races. So yeah, good job on that. Again, a good quality of life upgrade for open wheel races. Race details, lobby options, minimum and maximum laps you can do. Something to keep in mind is that if you, when you change a stunt race to an open wheel race in the creator, it seems like at the minute you're losing a lot of props and things like that. So be careful about that. Make a copy of your race or something before you're going to do the upgrade or the swap, because it might completely ruin the track if you're going from a stunt race to a an open wheel race. So just keep that in mind. So everything else I can talk about. Oh yeah, again, available vehicles for open wheel races. It's only the open wheels, as you can see there. Unfortunately, I really wish the open wheel creator looks like it's about to be the absolute best version of the creator for races, with tire wear and pit stops and everything like that. The only thing that's holding it back is the fact that we can only use open wheel cars with it. If we could use other cars, it would be the absolute perfect well, the final thing that we need, really. But that's not to say that all is lost for the regular race creator. Alistair with the 212, when does this come to Xbox One? The only thing that's been added to the game are the very new, very broken open wheel races. It's all available. Everything is available on every platform right now and has been for hours. So I'm going to load up just a regular stunt race, which is, you know, the de facto race creator for races these days. And we have the same thing here with lobby options. You can set the minimum and maximum laps by default. I feel like this is going to get some love in the future because, you know, you can disable catch up permanently in races. You know, you just flip that to yes and catch up is permanently disabled on any tracks that you create. But it then doesn't give you the option to turn catch up back on again if you're in the lobby. It's just completely locked off. It would be nice if this sort of thing and other stuff like this, maybe slipstream and all that kind of stuff, is all put in the lobby options section, and the creator of the race can set default lobby options such that when someone loads up the job, it's on those options, and they are able to, if they're hosting, just change it from those default options if they want to. That would be nice to see. So I think this lobby options section might get some love in a future update. Templates are back. They're now back in the creator. The fixture remover, where you can remove lampposts, has been updated to 40 fixtures now. It's not just 25 anymore. You can do 40. Beautiful. Another incredible quality of life update. Again, even just an extra 15 is amazing. You know, they're seriously, the quality of life updates in this DLC have been incredible to the creator and to the game in general. So what else? The Java, for some reason, is now raceable in the off-road class. As you can see right there. They've made the Java available to use in a race if you want. It previously wasn't usable. And open wheel cars are now also available in regular races as well. So you can use open wheel cars in stunt tracks or any races that have been created already. They just need to have that little update to tick the box, and open wheel cars are able to be used in all stunt and all already created stunt races. So there actually isn't a need for the open wheel creator to exist, because except for all of the extra features for tire wear and things like that, you can load up a job that you already have created or already own, and you can race the open wheel cars in that race as well. I could update Los Santos GP to have open wheels available, load up Los Santos GP as a stunt track, and be able to do open wheel racing in it. So it's really a shame that the open wheel creator hasn't become the de facto creation tool.
Oh, what a scumbag!
And allows us to use other cars in the open wheel creator. I really wish we had all of these vehicles available in the open wheel creator as well. It would be a game changer. I believe that when open wheels are in regular races, they don't have KERS, but I need to check that properly. So those are improvements to the regular creator, basically. Now, there's also an awful lot of new props. And these are available in the open wheel creator and the regular creator as well. You've seen one of them. Previously there was just one pit lane start line prop, but that's actually been removed and replaced with these. So you've got pit lane on the left, pit lane on the right for a 16-player race, pit lane on the left and pit lane on the right for a 30-player race. That was another thing that we mentioned, that the pit lane was only on one side in the previous DLC. There's also new track pieces. There's a pit lane just without the starting grid as well. There's various new track bends, like the U-turns and things like that. These have all actually been in the game since the last DLC, but they just haven't been usable. So they've finally released those now. With the release of the open wheel creator. But again, they've also released all of these props for the regular creator as well, which is absolutely perfect. So you got stunt track pieces there, and then there's also another section with stunt track with barriers. So these have been split up. Now you've got stunt track with metal barriers, all the same sort of pieces, just with metal barriers. Metal barriers are the devil. Awful hitboxes. Don't use them. Unless they've done something to fix them. They've also added these stunt barriers. You got 1, 2, 4, 8, 16. On a curve as well. For 3. So these are quite nice. Again, it depends on the hitboxes. If these hitboxes are nice, you know, then these will probably start getting used a lot more in the creator. But the hitboxes might be bad, you know, there might be some invisible hitbox that comes out and you end up hitting it when you go too close to it and stuff like that. That's why we don't use metal barriers and various other props. They have good hitboxes. Okay, thank you R2XDJ for the update, appreciate it. Alright, so these look like they are usable props. What about these metal pieces though? What about, are the hitboxes usable on these metal props? Maybe some of them are good, some of them aren't. But either way, some nice barriers to use, some better barriers that we'll start to see those in the creator in tracks as well, I'm sure. Tubes, these are all the same. What else was different? There's the buildings. This is the big thing. Race buildings. Look at this. I was hoping this was all going to happen. We saw these in the open wheel races. It's complicated with the metal barriers. Okay, gotcha. It's been I saw these in the open wheel races, and we were really hoping that they were going to add them to the game for the creator, and that they would then also add them to the regular creator as well. And it's what they've done. Everything that is possible and they've added new for the open wheel creator, they've also added to the regular race creator as well, which is perfect. So you got double garage, quad garage, big long garage. Well, that's medium one actually. There's a bigger one. track paddock. Some really nice race creator updates. There's the big garage system. And then you've got the dinky little grandstand, which was already a thing, but not that great. No, they don't have pit stops or tyre wear or anything like that in regular races, unfortunately. So really, we've almost got everything that we could possibly need. We just need all cars to be available in the open wheel race creator, and then it will become perfect. Wrenches instant races still don't work properly. Just that still hasn't been fixed. Azion50 with the Prime subscription. Thank you so much over on Twitch. I appreciate that. So that's it for the creator updates. Again, there's a lot of little minutiae. I think I said that right. Minutiae. That those who are experienced in the creator will know about, but I'm giving you the general overview of the things. Basically, the creator is a lot better. All right, so we're on to the final section, which is basically all about quality of life updates, new missions, new things like that, because it's been quite substantial. I love that all of this is available on day one. I love it so much. The D10 has potential, don't think it does. There's new clothes as well. I never checked out new clothes. Basically, the way that they've approached this DLC, obviously with the pandemic and stuff as well, I'm sure has played a part in this. It's essentially, they've taken all of the filler stuff that would be in other DLCs, like we had open wheel races was added with the Casino Heist DLC, and then a couple of months later they released it. All of the filler stuff from the or all of the stuff that they've had in the back waiting to be released, or little things, little improvements that they've wanted to make but maybe haven't had the time to do it, or because they've been working on the casino, or they've been working on heists or something like that. They've taken all of that, bundled it all together and just released it in this. That's essentially what they've done. New cars, so many quality of life updates, various random missions, which we're going to see. I'll go to the yacht to show you how they work. There's a Solomon mission, Solomon Richards from the Richards Majestic Movie Studio. I'll go check that out because I never did that first time, actually.
Guest services. Can I help you, sir?
And like I said, quality of life updates, creator updates. It's just, this has probably been one of the best updates we've had to the game
choice.
For a long time. I've got to say, it's so good. Really, well done. No drip feed. It's just, it's the players update, this one. It's the players update. Like, the prices for some of the cars are a bit dodgy, but apart from that, Rockstar haven't really done anything with this update that is classic Rockstar money grabbing aspect of trying to get as much money as possible, drip feeding out content, half-baked stuff, all that kind of stuff. It's just, at least from my perspective and for what I'm interested in, it's just lots of little quality of life updates, and just being honest with putting everything out there on day one. I'm really happy with it, I've got to say. Good job, Rockstar. I get hard on Rockstar for when they're not very good with things, but I've got to praise them for this. And I want to see more of it. I want to see more of this. So you can come here to Solomon Richards' office. I believe this is like a collectibles thing. Okay. Recover the stolen movie props to earn cash and RP. Find and return them all to unlock a bonus reward. So this is how you activate the new collectibles side mission, I guess. Wonder what's happened here. Obviously being raided. Stolen movie props. So I'm guessing that's all I needed to do, right? Just come in here. It's nice that you get to go in the interior of here. This is obviously Solomon Richards' office from the main game. I believe all of those movie props have already been found across the map. So, you know, you're welcome to source the locations and things like that. Obviously no cutscenes because they probably couldn't, you know, they couldn't make cutscenes during the pandemic and things like that. So it makes sense that that's the case. Check your phone for Solomon's message. You see all of my priceless collector's pieces gone. Yeah, okay, I see. I believe you get 10k 10k for every there's 10 movie props to find, and you get $10,000 for each one. So if you get them all, you get 100k. There's also, I believe, cinema missions at the cinema for some. I haven't actually checked that out, but someone was mentioning that in the chat before. Again, all of these little side missions, contact missions, all of these little things, it's all just been bundled in one DLC, along with quality of life updates and creator updates and new cars. And it's literally all available day one. It's fantastic. You wonder if the heist DLC is closer than we think, though. This could be a tactic to drain our wallets. Well, of course, but I mean, it's no different to any other DLC. It's just that the wallet drain would happen over the course of a few weeks with quality of life, with the drip feed. Now it's just all happening in one day, and you've got another 4 months until December before the new big update with heists. So the yacht, as you can see, the B on the top of the yacht, you go to the bridge to go to your captain of your yacht. The yacht missions aren't worth buying a yacht for, let's put it that way, but if you have a yacht, they're a nice addition. Did anybody join this? No? I'll see if anybody's online and give them an invite. Supposedly there's 5 yacht missions, and they're just like contact missions. They're just, you know, they're just like normal missions that we used to for GT Online. But there's sort of a, supposedly there's a very slight story that goes through them, but again, no cutscenes, nothing major. But yeah, some short, some little story through them. They're not fantastic, you know, but it's, you know, it's just extra stuff. It's filler stuff that would previously be in another DLC that has all been bundled together. That's basically what this DLC is, and all released all in one go. And I did say this before the DLC dropped. Don't expect anything major. Don't expect anything like a casino or new businesses. It's not what it's about. The patch notes have been released. Want the link? And if so, where? You can link it in here. Cars, or I'm unsubscribing. Well, why don't you just scroll to the start of this 2-hour live stream where I showed the cars at the start? Or unsubscribe if you want. I'm not going to do it all again just because you want to see the cars. I've done a 4-hour stream on Twitch. I've done an hour and a half here on YouTube. You can just scroll back in the live stream on YouTube to check the cars if you want to look at the start. Sort it out. Thank you, Phil. Patch notes are always interesting on days like this. Other quality of life stuff that I need to mention. Like I said, 2 new garages, and you can return your car to storage, even if you don't have to be in a motorcycle club. It's just part of the inventory menu on the vehicle section. LJT texts you now instead of calling all the time. Another quality of life update. There's also, I believe there's new arcade games as well in the arcade. like I said, cinema missions. The lucky wheel gives you a notification now for how long you've got before you can spin it again in the casino. The Solomon collectibles. There's new contact missions for the yacht, which we're doing now. Cinema missions, Solomon collectibles, new business battles, which are, some of them are in pretty cool locations supposedly. I never really do them. They're in free roam. And one of those business battles, or some of those business battles, is on the aircraft carrier. So the aircraft carrier spawns in free roam when you do that business battle, and then despawns after you're done with it. So that's pretty fun. Again, just all of these little things that when they come together like this on a day one sort of deal, it feels like a fun, good DLC, I've got to say. It feels like a classic DLC from back in the day.
Today's opportunity comes courtesy of the distress call we received a minute ago. There's a supply ship not far from here. Sounds like they're all in the drink. And as responsible seafarers, the first and only question we need to ask is, what's in it for us? Could be some profitable salvage if you're quick. Alright, based on the coordinates from the distress call, you're in the right place. If we're lucky, the supplies might still be in one piece. You can hold your breath, right? Or, you know, use a rebreather. Whatever works.
Okay, this is pretty cool. Salvage the cargo. A few jet skis over there in case we need them. Oh man, it wouldn't be a stream with me if I didn't do something like that, would it? Oh, rip me.
Who's going to buy one when they stop being, well, free for those who can afford it?
This is pretty cool. Can I actually have it? There we go. So yeah, supposedly these new yacht missions, they do have some sort of like, you know, some parts of it do have some cool mechanics, like this, for example. None of them are anything special. It's not, you know, but it's just fun. Just some fun extra stuff. It's nice. It really does feel like a classic DLC from that we used to enjoy from back in the day. Like, this is new, isn't it? Isn't this a completely brand new thing? I haven't seen this anywhere else. But yeah, from back in the day, you know. Everything released on day one. New cars, new missions, new quality of life updates.
Hey, who the hell are you? Whoa, don't point that at me. Now you listen here, mate. I'm the bloody captain.
Oh no. Something's happening back at the yacht. All tyre types now wear down faster, and hard and medium tyres now have noticeably less grip. Ooh, okay. So I'll have to do some testing. Again, it seems like Rockstar have actually been listening to the stuff that I was talking about with open wheel races and tyre not really having an effect, and they've made it change. Very nice. Sorry for making you wait. Don't worry about it. It's all good. Genuinely, it does seem really, really like Rockstar have been listening to things we've been talking about. Uh-oh. Alright, we can't die, otherwise we're gonna fail.
We need cover! I will get some balance! Stand down! That's all!
access.
Not to alarm you, but this would appear to be a teeny tiny hostage situation involving yours truly. And if that's not enough of a motivation for you, they've got the bartender too.
Oh no.
Some Asian gentlemen appear to want compensation for a few yachts they claim we destroyed. Do you, know anything about that? Whatever. Just come quickly. Oh, and come unarmed. These bastards mean it.
Not the bartender. Rescue the captain and the bartender. Did we get another regular property, like another garage penthouse? Yes, two more garage slots for regular properties. Oh god, there's so many. We're gonna die. We're absolutely gonna die. Yeah, of course we did. The bartender was killed. Okay, that should have gone better. That just going into that is probably not the way to do it. Let's put it that way. Not the bartender. Yeah, sniping them is probably the best idea. But there you go. That gives you an idea of what those missions are like. I'm not going to bother doing it, I think, but I'll leave it there. But that gives you what those missions are like, an idea. You know, it's this sort of thing. There's multiple missions. It seems like there's 5. You get the yacht captain outfit, I believe, if you do all of those missions. So yeah, that pretty much should cover everything. There's the title update notes. We can look at these to finish, I guess. Let's see. Let's do this. Let's have a look. Let's get rid of that. So, if you're coming into this late, I have been over everything pretty much already. This stream will turn into a video and it will cover everything. All of the cars are at the start, all of the main stuff. It's basically all been covered in this stream. You can essentially just watch this stream and you'll know everything. That's what I do rather than making lots of videos about it. So it's 6 new missions for the yacht. 9 new open wheel races, open wheel race creator, the Diamond Adversary series, so adversary modes in the casino, business battles on the aircraft carrier and factory, new vehicles, we've seen all of those already, testing to come, 1 new drug vehicle random encounter has been added to GTA Online. This will make itself available to players while exploring Los Santos. Stolen movie prop collectibles, 2 new arcade games. Players can play single player against AI opponents in the arcade game Street Crimes. 15 new sets of off-road wheels, 30 new sets of street wheels, and over 200 new items and variations of clothing have been added to... Wow, 200! I forgot to check out the clothing. Lots of gameplay improvements. Raised to 8 with standard properties, 2 more garages basically. Updates have been made to the frequency about LJT and the terabyte. Vehicles and Simeon's export requests have been updated. Several updates have been made to open wheel races with the pit, the vehicle damage, anti-grief, vehicles, music, UI. Lots of updates to open wheel races. I'll leave a link to this in the description for anybody watching this as a video if you want to check this all out yourself. Fixing lots of issues. It's basically a quality of life update, this. It's fantastic. Did someone mention something about... fixed several miscellaneous model and texture issues for the following vehicles: the Faction, the PR4, the Gauntlet Hellfire, GB200, Imorgon, RE7B, Nebula Turbo, and Sultan RS. Is the Faction fixed, does that mean? Probably not, honestly. Model and texture issues, when they get fixed like that, they're normally literally just the model. It's got nothing to do with performance or how they drive. It might be like, a headlight design changing slightly or something like that. So I doubt it, but I'll look into it. But yeah, a lot of quality of life updates. I've got to say, I'm really impressed with this update. I'm very happy. This has been one of the best updates for a long time. No drip feed. Everything released on day one. Quality of life updates coming all over the place. Probably a lot of fixes for open wheel stuff, as we saw. It's amazing. It's like really good. Yeah, there isn't this big business or casino or heist that we normally have for a DLC, but that's fine with me. Every now and then, sometimes you just need a DLC that fixes stuff and makes stuff better. So I'm actually really happy. Good job, Rockstar. Really good. I really want no drip feed anymore, or maybe just like half of the cars and like on DLC day, and then half of the cars released again a month later or something. I think they did that with import export or something like that. Like, I don't want to go back to weekly new cars again and having to wait like 2 months for the final car, and then people buying a car at the start of the DLC and then realizing that, oh, but I actually would have preferred to have the car at the end, but then I've lost money on that and I would have rather waited. And it's so refreshing, this DLC, to have everything all at once. I love it. It's so good. And it just takes me back to old DLCs from back in like 2014, 2015, before the drip feed became a thing. It's horrible for you to get content for your channel every week. Well, you know me. I'm never one to put content above just enjoyment and what I would prefer. From a you know, a personal perspective from YouTube videos, of course it would be more profitable for me for Rockstar to have a new car every week and drip feed and stuff like that, but that's never what I've been about. So thank you guys so much for today. It's been absolutely crazy. I can't believe it's 3 p.m. We've been streaming for like 6 hours in total with the Twitch stream and then this. I'm going to try and get the new supercar tested today. I'm going to try and get the 2 videos out for that. The lap time and top speed for the new supercar. Whether I can or not, I don't know. But I'm going to try. You fixed an issue that caused some spoilers to not impact performance in open wheel vehicles in races. Was that on the was that on there? So that would be a confirmation that... Oh yeah, there it is right there. I don't even need to retest it. There we go. Fixed an issue that caused some spoilers to not impact performance on open wheel vehicles in races. So they actually do. Spoilers have an effect in open wheel races. You can either trim it out and make it go quicker in a straight line, or you can put big spoilers on and make it go quicker on the corners, and that will actually happen in open wheel races as well. So a lot of they are listening. That's what I mean, didn't I? They are listening. It feels like a lot of the stuff that we've seen in this DLC that's been improved or made better is stuff that we've been talking about in the last DLC that we've had problems with. It feels like they've actually been listening and improved stuff. We just need regular cars in open wheel races now. But yeah, really, really top job for Rockstar on this one. Absolutely great DLC from a, you know, from my personal perspective at least. So yeah, I'll put a link to the patch notes in the description of this video when it got turned into a video. We've pretty much covered everything in this. If you're watching this as a video, thank you for making it to the end. For those of you who are here now, obviously watch this when if you missed out on stuff, just wait, either scroll back on this live stream or wait until it becomes a video and just watch this, because I literally did cover everything in this live stream, all summarized, all available, and showcased everything. So it's all here. There was a lot to it, but we did it. And yeah, thank you guys so much for today. It's been absolutely crazy. We'll be updating the tier lists. The tier list updates probably won't happen immediately as I test the cars, but the tier lists will gradually get updated as the new car testing happens, as they get used more. You know, that's obviously going to happen, but not instantly. But yeah, thank you guys so much. Seriously, thank you for everybody down below, to the new members, the super chats, the donations, all the stuff, the crazy stuff that we had on the Twitch stream as well. Like I said, I'll try and get the supercar tested today, so maybe later on this evening you're going to see the lap time and top speed for the new supercar. All of the other cars, there's 14 of them. It's going to take a while to test. So just keep an eye on the channel in the coming days. I'll try to do, you know, a different class every day or something like that. Maybe the sports cars tomorrow, the compacts, things like that, you know, the next day. That's the plan at least. So yeah, thank you guys so much. I'll let you go. I'll be trying to get out the lap times and top speeds as quickly as possible so that you guys know the whether the cars are worth it or not. But like I said, it only seems like it's the compact car anyway that's gonna be at the top of the class. That'll do us for today. Thank you guys so much again. I'll see you all on Twitch tomorrow. I'll be streaming on Twitch as usual tomorrow night. Feel free to follow me on Twitch if you want that. If you enjoyed this stream, follow me on Twitch. I'm streaming 3 times a week over there. But yeah, keep an eye on the channel. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you got the notifications on. Like this stream if you enjoyed it. You know, all that kind of stuff. And yeah, thank you guys so much for all the support as always. And I'll see you in a video soon with some car testing. We got a lot to go through. Hopefully it'll be fun to watch, and I enjoy testing new vehicles. I don't like retesting, but I enjoy testing new vehicles. So yeah, it should be good. So yeah, keep an eye out. There's going to be a lot of stuff coming soon. Thank you guys so much. Bye bye.